Yeah, it's live now. We can start it.
Chandrika.
Yes. Following the very successful International Thirukkural Conference organized jointly by the Tamil Valachi Mandram and International Thirukkural Foundation Mauritius in 2019 in Sydney, in association with Sydney University, with the underpinning theme Thirukkural and Peace and Harmony in Sydney. And in 2020, online with the theme Thirukkural and Multiculturalism in association with SRM University. Again, it was decided to organize the conference as an international conference with underpinning theme Thirukkural and universality, with the aim of highlighting the universal nature of and focus Thirukkural as a universal literature and hold its values at UNESCO. The goals and objectives of today's conference is to aim to celebrate and promote Thirukkural and Thiruvalluvar. There have been 5 Thirukkural conferences hosted around the globe by International Thirukkural Foundation under various themes of Thirukkural, such as peace and harmony, multiculturalism, and other aspects exploring its universality, identifying Thirukkural as universal literature. The universal values nurtured by Thirukkural have been explored in these conferences. Thirukkural's competency to be a universal literature has been recognized in this journey. This will lead us to take Thirukkural as a universal literature to the world through UNESCO. Today, that's the topic, Thirukkural and UNESCO. With this objective, this conference seeks to create an interface between the ancient literature and modern world. It also targets to promote universal harmony through literature by providing learning opportunity and strategies of integrating the ancient literature into the modern lifestyle, aiming to educate young generations towards importance of harmonious living, which will be catering the needs of modern world. With this objective, today's conference once again focuses on creating an interface between the ancient literature and modern world. It also targets to promote universal harmony through literature. May I now present Dr. A. Parasuraman, who is the key person in this attempt to take the Thirukkural to UNESCO. He has been the founder president of Global Rainbow Foundation, founder president University of Third Age Mauritius, honorary chairman Gandhi Breed Ashram Petit Cafe Mauritius, chairman International Committee of We Care Film Festival on Disability Issues, member of governing body board Indian Institute of Asian Studies, member of the Executive Council of Religions Mauritius, founder president International Thirukkural Foundation Trustees Jane Constance Trust. And let me also introduce his political career. He has been Minister of Education, Arts and Culture and Minister of Education and Science of Mauritius, both between 1983 and 1985, and Director and Representative of UNESCO between 1998 and 2011. Mr. Armugam Parasuraman GOSK is currently the founder president of Global Rainbow Foundation, a charitable trust dedicated to the relief of poverty, the advancement of education, assistance to children and adults with physical and mental disabilities, and any other purpose beneficial to the public in general and the poor and most disadvantaged. Since 2013, Mr. Parasuraman is also founder president of University of Third Age Mauritius. Born in Mauritius, he holds a BA degree in administration from the University of Mauritius and started his career in the fields of education as a secondary school teacher in 1978. He was elected as a member of Mauritius Parliament between 1982 and 1995 and served for 4 consecutive terms, during which he honorably provided excellent leadership as Minister of Education, Arts and Culture, and Minister of Education and Science. He joined the World Bank in 1997 as Education Policy Office Advisor and Coordinator of the Education Component of the United Nations Special Initiative for Africa, administered by the World Bank. In 1998, he was appointed director of UNESCO UNESCO's division for renovation of secondary and vocational education. And 2000, he became the director of the same organization's regional bureau for education in Africa before returning to UNESCO headquarters in Paris in 2004 to lead both the Secretariat of UNESCO Executive Board and that of its governing bodies. He has claimed many awards for his outstanding services to the community. 1984 Honorary Freedom of the Pampelus Riviere de Rampart District Council, Republic of Mauritius. 1986 Honorary Freedom of the Mocha Flat District Council. 2002 Sylvius Wolensky Award. 2004 Distinction from the Mayor of Senegal. 2009 UNESCO Executive Board decision, and 2010 National Award Grand Officer of the Order of the Star and Key of the Indian Ocean, GOSK. 2011 Officer L'Ordre des Arts et des Letters, Republic of France. 2011 Ulaga Tamlar Mamani, the crown jewel of the world Tamils, awarded by Madras Development Studies on the occasion of the Second World Tamil Economic Conference in 2011. And 2018 DeFi Media's 50th Anniversary of Independence Award for Services in Education in Mauritius. With this, I present Dr. Arumugam Parasuraman, who has also received recently his doctorate from Tanjavur Tamil University, who is the key person of this initiative, who will be conducting 10 or 15 such conferences until we reach the UNESCO corridor. Thank you very much. May I now request Dr. Parasuraman to initiate this program. Thank you.
Dr. Chandrika, thank you very much. Mika Nandri for this very, I would say, presentation you made for me. And I would add to all that you said that I am I'm proud of my roots from Tamil Nadu, proud to be born in this community and to be able to serve the community in the best way I can. But now someone who is associating with all of you to promote Thirukkural, to learn from Thirukkural and make Thirukkural our guide in life, and also help them to guide the young people, the young generation, so that they can also have the good journey in their life. Thank you very much once again. Well, I think my duty today will be to add to what Dr. Chandrika has said, and then introduce our keynote speaker today. And then we'll listen to Mr. Rajendiran. Now, first of all, let me, on behalf of International Thirukkural Foundation, on behalf also in association with Tamil Valarchi Mandram, Australia, Voice of Valluvar Family, and valaitamil.com with Partha Sarati, all of us have joined together to organize the second conference. And as you know, the theme is Thirukkural and UNESCO for World Peace. And today is a very special day as we are organizing a conference. It's also the Mother Tongue Day, the International Mother Tongue Day, which is by itself a very significant International Mother Language Day, which was adopted by the UNESCO General Conference in November 1999 and subsequently adopted by the General Assembly, the UN General Assembly. So 21st of February is therefore the International Mother Tongue Day. And for us, in relation to Thirukkural, in relation to Tamil itself, we all know how precious, how valuable Tamil is, one of the oldest language, which has a lot of wealth in it, a lot of treasures in it, and Thirukkural itself is associated with Tamil language. As you know, this 21st February initiative of International Mother Language Day was taken by Bangladesh and submitted to UNESCO and then went to the UN General Assembly. This year's theme of this conference, of the celebration, is fostering multilingualism for inclusion in education and society. So it's promoting multilingualism for inclusion in education and society, and therefore to encourage the use of mother tongues, both at school and in everyday life. And I'm saying, I'm only referring to that with reference to the diaspora, the Tamil diaspora. We all know the challenges we face with promoting Tamil among the Tamil diaspora globally, right? So let us, on this occasion, at least wish and pray that we find ways and means of bringing of and promoting Tamil language among the diaspora globally, and find ways and means of promoting it among our young generation so that they can keep this great treasure for many, many years to come and transmit it to the future generations. I hope this resolution on this special day, I think, would be meaningful, and I believe that Thirukkural would be the right instrument to bring that message across and to promote Tamil language globally. Well, with these few words on this important day of today, let me come back to the main theme, which is Thirukkural and UNESCO and world peace. I think what is very important is that from the series of conferences that we have organized in the past, and now this series starting from January 15 on Valluvar Day, when we launched the first conference, and the first keynote speaker was Justice Mahadevan. We all know, I just want to mention it again, we all know the great landmark judgment he gave for making Thirukkural compulsory, teaching of Thirukkural compulsory in school. And that by itself will certainly be a great motivation and to promote Thirukkural. But most interestingly, we hope that with our conferences preparing for Thirukkural to go to UNESCO, this judgment will be a very important contribution to the world so that they can realize how important Thirukkural is from the foundation of values in society. And therefore, I will just briefly mention that. And this book is, this judgment is available in a book form. And I think we will share it virtually for the time being, send the soft copy to everybody. I'll share it with you, Parata, and all those who have website, they can put it on their website, the judgment, so that it can be widely available. We are now having a copy, we have translated into French, and Justice Mahadevan is helping to have the printed copy in French, and we are planning to have other languages. I've spoken to Mr. Rajendran. He's going to talk to the Central Institute of Tamil Studies for translation in other languages, the judgment, so that it could be widely available. So, well, I think the topic we have chosen, Thirukkural and UNESCO for world peace. I think this is the main emphasis of the series of conferences, because knowing what the value of Thirukkural and knowing the what Thirukkural can contribute globally, from what all the leading personalities in the world have said about Thirukkural, you know, and what we knowing the mission of UNESCO, which is essentially to build peace in the minds of men. I believe Thirukkural and UNESCO can jointly and together contribute significantly to world peace in a situation in a world where you find so much calamities, so much wars, and so much miseries, and in addition to that, having COVID-19 on the planet. So that's the wish we have, and each one of us, I'm sure we'll invite each one of us to be an ambassador for this movement, to contribute to it, and to ensure that once Paris is COVID safe, we can then all meet at the UNESCO headquarters and then organize the conference and then take Thirukkural to the world as our wish has been since a few years now. So with these few words of introduction, let me now introduce to you the great personality we have as our chief keynote speaker today for this conference, the second conference. Well, I am pleased to introduce to you Mr. C. Rajendiran, rightly qualified or honored as being a servant of Thirukkural. And he has a wonderful career. He was Vice Chairman, Settlement Commission, Customs, Central Excise and Service Additional Bench, and holds a master's degree in maths from Government Arts College, Salem, University of Madras, and acquired 2 bachelor degrees, one in law with specialization in criminology and the other in education. And he has done other qualifications at different other levels. Well, immediately before assuming charge as Vice Chairman, he joined the commission as a member, Settlement Commission in Chennai. But most interestingly, he was honored with a Presidential Award of Appreciation Certificate for rendering especially distinguished record of service on the occasion of Indian Republic Day 2003. From July 2003, he worked for 4 years as First Secretary Commerce in the High Commission of India, Singapore. During his tenure in Singapore, as head of the commercial wing, he handled a number of government, business, and student delegations from India visiting Singapore and vice versa. He played a very important role as a coordinator, as well as a member of the negotiating team in the negotiation and conclusion of the Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement between India and Singapore. But very interestingly, today we are welcoming the Minister of Foreign Affairs of India. Is visiting us from today for 4 days. And Mr. Rajendran had the special privilege of working together with him when he was High Commissioner for almost a year. And so that makes it still more special. And we are very proud that you've been associated with your distinguished Minister of Foreign Affairs. Well, he's also very keen in sharing his experience with young generation, and has addressed more than 2 lakh school, college students, academicians, and representatives of trade and industry since 2007. He is very much interested in Tamil literature and applying the concept from Thirukkural to the modern day setting. He has authored a Tamil book titled Thirukkural Uvamainayam. In this book, he is attempting to share his thoughts and reflections on the metaphors and similes used in Thirukkural in today's context. I must commend also his wife, Mrs. Malarkodi Rajendiran, who has written a book containing 124 stories conveying the essence of the first 108 chapters of Thirukkural. He was featured as the Personality of the Week by The Hindu, Coimbatore edition, and an article titled Thirukkural Triggers His Passion had appeared about him. He considers Thirukkural as an operating manual for meaningful, effective, and joyful living. He firmly believes that the principles contained in Thirukkural lay strong foundation to our life, if only we understand the true meaning and practice it in our day-to-day life. I have shared on the International Thirukkural Foundation Facebook page a wonderful article on him, which you can read. You can see, I will share it on the chat also, which talks of C. Rajendiran as a servant of Thirukkural. It's a wonderful article, almost 10 pages, describing his role, his contribution, and his great erudite experience also drawing from Thirukkural. So with these words, I'll have to cut short because I know if I have to continue introducing, it will take longer. But Mr. Rajendiran, we're very happy and honored to have you. You've been a pillar of all our movements since the beginning. And to your credit also, I must say, you together with a dedicated team of eminent well-wishers of Kural have set up the Voice of Valluvar family. That's also a significant contribution. I hope you will share that with participants. We can share the link to the website because you have a lot of very valuable work that you've done there, which could benefit the global community. So with these words, I have the pleasure and privilege now to invite Mr. Rajendiran to address us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for a very, long and lengthy introduction. And I also thank Madam Chandrika for, setting the ball moving. And she gave a brief introduction about the background of this conference and what happened in the first conference and where is our journey is going to take us. All these things she outlined, and Dr. Arumugam Parasuraman, with a rich experience in as an education minister, honorable member of the Parliament Mauritius, and as well as his long stint in UNESCO, coupled with his interest in Thirukkural, especially, is making all this, I think, very, very meaningful. And we also have with us Parthasarathi from Malay Tamil, Dr. Siva Pillai from UK. It's not a 3 or 4 or 5 of us. It's going to be a big movement of taking Thirukkural to UNESCO. And who will be guiding us in this journey? Each one of you, with a torch bearer, we have with us Dr. Arumugam Parasuraman. So we have a young, energetic team, experienced us. All of us are going to do this task of taking Thirukkural to the next level. எல்லாத்துக்கும் நான் முதல்ல வணக்கம் சொல்லணும். அந்த குட் ஆஃப்டர்நூன், குட் ஈவினிங், இதெல்லாம் சொல்றது இவ்வளவு வணக்கம்னு ஒரு சொல் தமிழ்ல சொன்னா அது எப்ப வேணாலும் அந்த வணக்கம் சொல்லலாம். இன்னைக்கு தாய்மொழி தினம், தாய்மொழி நாள். அது பங்களாதேஷ் தான் முதல்ல யுனெஸ்கோ மூவ் பண்ணி, சார் சொன்ன மாதிரி யுனெஸ்கோ மூவ் பண்ணி 2000 உலகம் பூரா தாய்மொழியை கொண்டாடக்கூடிய ஒரு நாள், கொண்டாடக்கூடிய ஒரு டிகேடா அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. அங்க பார்த்தோம்னா நம்ம பங்களாதேஷ்ல 98% of the people speak Bangla. The 2% speak other languages. They have taken the initiative of taking importance of underscoring the importance of mother tongue to UNESCO, and rightly UNESCO has declared today as a Mother Language Day. It may look a bit odd to many people, those who are seeing live now or maybe seeing later in YouTube, why we have this series of conferences in English. Mahakavi Bharadiyar would say, நம்மகிட்ட மறைவாக நமக்குள்ளே பழங்கதைகள் பேசுவதில் இது அர்த்தம் இல்லைன்னு சொல்லுவார். அந்த பாடல் மகாகவி பாரதியார் சொல்லும்போது சொல்லுவாரு, மறைவாக நமக்குள்ளே பழங்கதைகள் சொல்வதில் ஒரு மகிமை இல்லை, திறமான புலமையெனில் வெளிநாட்டோர் அதை வணக்கம் செய்தல் வேண்டும். The whole purpose of conducting these conferences, the series of conferences is in English, is to reach out the other audience, to reach out non-Tamil speakers and Tamil, the people those who are from have a lineage with the Tamil Nadu but may not be able to converse fluently in Tamil. So this conference is addressed towards them. So we have a lot of plans. How do we go about this series of conference under the guidance of Dr. Arumugam Parasuraman and the full technical support of Malay Tamil Parthasarathi and Madam Chandrika as a lawyer. She will be a very, very experienced hand in moving the papers, prepare the papers and present it to appropriate government authorities and at UNESCO. We have a full of talent with us, talent. Each one of you listening here, we have a lot of youngsters, and we are going to move as a team. So today, I am not in front of you as a guest. I am part of the team. And today we were aiming at Balakrishnan, but unfortunately, because of other commitment, he could not come over today. Then we thought. Then Dr. Arumugam Parasuraman suggested I should present here and then address and share my thoughts and perspective with each one of you. So what I look at is, we all know everybody want to live in peace. How do we achieve peace? Is the peace is from outside or peace is from inside? Is it external environment is very important or internal environment? Do you have control over internal environment? 100%. Both the environment, the state of mind as well as the environment around us play a very, very important role in keeping balance of our mind. If you look at the tagline of UNESCO, we all know that Dr. Arun Prasaman worked with the UNESCO, but he may be knowing everything about ins and out of UNESCO. But many of you also may be knowing. But for the purpose of sharing with the viewers and sharing with the audience, I want to just trace a little bit of the history of UNESCO and the purpose of UNESCO, the objective of UNESCO, and how they want to achieve this objective, and how Thirukkural is going to help in achieving the objective of UNESCO. Thirukkural objective and UNESCO objective are one and the same. How do we say it is one and the same? The tagline of UNESCO is building peace in the minds of men and women. So how do we build peace? That's a tagline. That's a purpose. But how do we move towards a purpose? How do we break down into various components? I'm telling you, Thirukkural gives, I used to say Thirukkural is an operating manual. It lays out the procedure, standard operating procedure. Many of you will be working in the software, and you all know that. And whatever the field you are working, you have an SOP. And Thirukkural is an SOP for life. Why is it called an SOP for life? There's no point in reciting all the Thirukkurals and knowing A to Z of Thirukkural. But even if you follow one couplet, two couplet, take it as your, as Swami Vivekananda would say, take it as your life goal. Live that, try to attempt to live that one Thirukkural, and I'm telling you, life is made. At the end of the life, you will feel that you lived a life of worthiness, meaningful, and you contributed to this society. I'm telling you, only a couple of days back, we had the birth anniversary of Mahabhatyaya, who is Swaminatha Iyer. He moved all around, collected palm leaf. From palm leaf, he brought to text. And many of them, many of the text, Sangam literature, he brought it on text. Arumuga Navalar. We must gratefully remember all these souls who worked selflessly to bring the rich culture of this land on books, on print. Today, the technology has come. We need to take to the next level. First, let's go to the beginning of the genesis of UNESCO. As you know that after the terrible Second World War, I was born after the Second World War. I was born in 1957. 1945, 16th November, the Constitution of UNESCO came into force after ratification by 20 countries. And India was one of the signatory to India was one of the founding members of UNESCO. So, Thirukkuralல வந்து மருந்து அதிகாரம் contains a lot of things. It talks about medicine, and mostly talks about food. But there is one particular couplet. Thirukkural is, like Dr. V.C. Puranjachami would say, Thirukkural is nothing but a formula, mathematical formula. And you replace the variable a plus b whole square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. You replace the variables a and b with whichever the field you are. You may be in cricket, or you may be in software, or you may be in legal field, you may be in medical field. The moment you take Thirukkural, the literature we are talking about after 2000 years, for the purpose of utility of this, all couplets. So if you apply these variables, you will get the results. Many people see Thirukkural as a psychologist see as Thirukkural was a expert in psychology. People say he was a management guru, and people say how to live a harmonious life in the society. And he also says how to govern an institution or the state. Everything is laid down in Thirukkural. There are a lot of literature all over the world, but why Thirukkural is so special? We'll come to that later. And before that, we're coming back to UNESCO. UNESCO, the particular couplet of chapter 95. There are three divisions in, the second division of Thirukkural, three subdivisions: Arasiyal, Angaviyal, Mozhiyal. The first one talks about the king or the ruler, the leader, whichever the way you look at it. And it's applicable. Beauty is whatever is said about king is also true for elected representatives of the people. It's any form of government. If the ruler follows whatever is laid down in the first 25 chapters of second division of Thirukkural, I'm telling you, he'll be a just king and he'll be the best king. But this is in whatever is Parimala would say Oribiyal. But many people have classified this as the chapters relating to citizenry. What is the roles and responsibilities of a citizen? What kind of citizen is expected to live in a state? What kind of qualities you need to have? That is there from 96 onwards to 108. Chapter 96 to 108. So coming back to this root cause analysis Thirukkural, he says, couplet number 948, diagnose the disease, detect its root cause, discern its cure, and then act aptly. There are 4 steps involved. First, you have to find out what is the disease. Second, you will have to find out the root cause. Then third, you will have to find out what is the way how you are going to cure it. And the fourth is whatever you have learned so far, whatever your knowledge and the domain knowledge, apply that and you will get the results. This is how the role says we have to approach a problem. And what is the problem the world was facing after the Second World War? A total unrest, total mistrust. Everyone was at the other person's throat. So all the experts from all over the world, the constitutional experts, they would have spent hours and hours. Now we have a virtual meeting, and definitely they all would have met together. They would have been a lot of correspondence. How this constitution emerged, how the wisdom emerged, how it has come into this shape. And they say that why war was started. First analyze, if you look at the preamble, I'm not going to deep into the UNESCO constitution, but only the preamble and article 1. I'll take about 7 to 8 minutes. They say why war started. They say the ignorance of each other's ways and lives has been a common cause throughout the history of mankind, of that suspicion and mistrust between the people of the world, through which their differences have all too often broken into war. Suspicion and mistrust. Thirukkural deals with this particular chapter, Igal. There are 18 chapters in second division of Thirukkural. Pagai, Natpiyal. Affirmative statement, Natpiyal. Pagai is about, totally they call Natpiyal. Natpiyal, there are 18 divisions, 18 adhigarams are there. And this out of 18 adhigarams, one is positive and another one is negative. What creates the problem? What creates division in the society? What creates disharmony in the society? Or how we need to fight the disharmony in the society? The rule says in the adhigaram called Eagle. So here they say when it's small, you must cull it and throw it away. Rule would say in one of the couplets. So here, when the difference is magnified and the war broke. The second reason it says that the great and terrible war, which has now ended, was a war made possible. Why the war broke? Denial of the democratic principles of the dignity, equality, and mutual respect of men. There are 3 things. Democratic principles were denied. Democratic principles of dignity, equality, and mutual respect. The three elements of democratic principles: dignity, equality, and mutual respect. Thirukkural talks, by birth all are equal. He declares by birth all are equal. We may be doing whatever the profession, doesn't matter. He says there are people who are like an axle pin to the big car. Don't judge the people by external appearance. All these things, Thirukkural, he breaks down to various components, and if you follow each of the couplet, I'm telling you, at appropriate time, it will all come handy. That's why we need to catch the children young and ask them to memorize Thirukkural before they are 13, 14, so that when the time is right, they will make use of it. We need to arm them with the appropriate weapon. This is a weapon of peace, weapon for peace. Here I must say, today we are on International Mother Language Day. இன்னைக்கு இந்த மதர் லாங்குவேஜ் வளர்க்கறதுல Thirukkural is going to play a very, very important role. How? The other day I met the director of Central Institute of Classical Tamil, Dr. R. Chandrasekhar. He was outlining various plans for Thirukkural. In fact, I asked him only about Thirukkural. I'm not worried about other Sangam literature. Dr. Balakrishnan is there. He will take care. Somebody else will take care, and something else. Madam Vaidehi Herbert is doing a lot of work on Sangam literature. A lot of people are there on various other rich aspects of Tamil literature, which is seen life and shared how to lead a life, honorable life. My point is only about Thirukkural. So I asked Dr. Chandrasekhar, what are your plans for Thirukkural? He's got a lot of plans. He's going to announce it on April 14th. But he said, Thirukkural itself, he is going to come out with 93 languages in India and about 100 languages outside India. And before what he was telling was an interesting point. What he was trying to say was, one more Thirukkural translation is going to come in the language of Badugu. That is in Ooty. He had a stint in Ooty, and there are less than 10 lakh people speak this language of Badugas. So Badugu language, less than 10 lakh people speak. Thirukkural is going to come in that language. Some of you may be wondering that why in all these languages only 10 lakh people are there. If somebody, they have no script. For many languages, the script is either Tamil or Devanagari in India. The languages, spoken languages only, but there's no script in some places. They also use English as a, for the purpose of script. So he said, somebody called from, somewhere in New Zealand, and he was he's from Ooty, and he called him and told him, I got to know that you're going to come out with Badugu language. I'll be very, very happy to read Thirukkural in my own mother tongue. The language will not be lost. The 10 lakh people, if some of them read Thirukkural and practice Thirukkural and share Thirukkural in their own community, in their own mother tongue, what is their, what kind of joy they will have? The moment you go to any country, any place, the whole place is ours and the whole world is ours, and everyone is kith and kin, fine. But the moment you see a person of your mother tongue, your language, you tend to speak to them, in mother tongue. This immediately the intimacy comes in it. So here, Baduga language, the moment he realized that it's going to come in, his mother tongue, he was very, very happy. He called the director and thanked him. So similarly, he's going to come out with a lot of, Indian and foreign languages. And I also happened to see a book in Garo language. It was not there in Wikipedia and elsewhere. Thirukkural has been translated. Parthasari is doing a great work along with his team, Ilango, and trying to gather the Thirukkural book. How many books were printed? How many languages it has come, both Indian and foreign languages, and document it and make available at a reasonable price in either Kanyakumari or online, anywhere where people can purchase. The Kindle people can purchase. One of our team member, Dr. Aruma Parasamma was mentioning, Dr. N.V.K. Ashraf, he has put Thirukkural in 23 languages, Indian and foreign languages, in his website. So a lot of people are doing, great work. And this collection of books in various languages is a very, very important task. And even today, there's no proper account of how many languages Thirukkural has been translated. So this Garo language of Meghalaya and script is in English and a gentleman from Tamil Nadu who went to Meghalaya and married to a local lady, and they worked together, and then they produced this Thirukkural in Garo language in 2000. That is not so far accounted for in Wikipedia, either in English or Tamil. So a member of our team, Voice of Valur family, is working on it. He is trying to update that information. So they are not working for government. They are not working for elsewhere. They are not working for pay. They are out of interest, and out of spreading the knowledge of Aram throughout the world. So here it comes. If the democratic principles are, that is the three divisions: dignity, equality, and mutual respect. Thirukkural talks about everything: mutual respect, equality, and dignity. There is a chapter called Manam. Then the third reason, what it's the diagnosing the illness, what they found was, instead of promoting, instead of developing the instead of conferring this democratic principles of dignity, equality, and mutual respect, in their place they started propagating through ignorant and prejudice of the doctrine of inequality of men and races. That is where the problem comes. Everyone is equal. And Thirukkural says the very purpose of life is to love. Christianity talks about love thy neighbor. Valur says the very purpose of meaningful existence of life on this earth is to love others, love unconditionally, and love on grace. Pearamble Azhagar, 13th century commentator, will give a difference. Anbu Arul. Arul is a grace. Anbu is to love the people known to you or those who are in the immediate circle. And grace is, there's no boundaries across the world. The person starts with the love and try to learn love at home. The home is nothing but, Tamil la pathina, veedu na peru. The veedu is the ultimate destination if you believe in spirituality and birth and rebirth or whatsoever. Let's not go there. To lead a honorable life, Thirukkural has given a handbook. So Thirukkural would say, love is the very basis of life. Love is a nectar. And without love, the body is nothing but a bundle of bones covered with the skin. This is what Thirukkural would say. So love is the purpose, and when the heart is filled with the love and gratitude, he talks about the chapter. The whole chapter is about Sainandri Aridal, gratitude. Today, all these fundamental values are missing in the society because people forget the basic values and they are after wealth. And the beauty is, Thirukkural never shunned, creation of wealth. Only thing is, he says, Seiha Porulai. He says, make money. And without money, how do you lead a life here? There's no visa for you in the heaven if you don't have grace. And if you don't have money, there's no place for you on this mother earth. All this, whatever the activities in the world will cease to exist the moment you don't have money. So money is very, very important. And Thirukkural, that's why he's a very, very practical person. And he says, make money, make wealth, create wealth. And he says how wealth need to be created. He puts a caveat. He says it has to come through rightful beings. The means and the end will have to be honorable. Okay, you made money, you created wealth. What do you do with that? There got 2 chapters on that. Igai Upruvaridal. Igai is helping others, helping those who are needy on an individual basis. Upruvaridal is doing something towards the society at large. You can create a foundation, you can create a trust, like Dr. Arun Parasuraman is trying to do, he is trying to pay back the community where from he has come up. A very ordinary man could be able to achieve extraordinary results. You want to pay back to the society. I'm sure many one of you sitting here, and many of us, and then what we do, we need to pay back to the society. The rule says, create wealth and share wealth to the society. He gives a formula. So if you follow 100% the tenets of Valur, you will live very effective and meaningful and joyful life. So UNESCO found out there are 3 reasons why the war broke out. And they also say that once the root cause is detected, they also say that what is the way forward? The way forward is wide diffusion of culture and the education of humanity for justice and liberty and peace are indispensable to the dignity of man. If dignity of man needs to be protected, there are 3 things need to be there: justice, liberty, and peace. And peace, how do you start? Is not shallow. It has to come from deep of the mind. The couplet number 34, you would say, Manathukan Masilan Adal. The moment mind is free from envy, free from anger, free from greed. Alukkaru ava vegili innachol. I'm telling you, the peace is achieved here. The moment peace is achieved, you can share the peace with the joy with the others. You can't share, when your heart is filled with the, the dirty matters. Kutram Kadidal, there's a chapter. Kutram Kadidal is not to find fault with the others and then remove their fault. It's a self-introspection. When you look at yourself and try to find out what are the problem with you, then Palluvar says, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Macharim, they say in northern part. And here, each of the thing Palluvar lists out and say, these are all enemies within. It's very, very easy to conquer an enemy outside, but very difficult to conquer the enemy within. So conquer the enemy within. Palluvar would say in Kutram Kadidal chapter. So Palluvar not merely says this is what needs to be achieved. Peace needs to be achieved. How peace needs to be achieved? He gives a detailed guideline. So here they say liberty and peace, justice, and justice he puts in Thirukkural also. There is a whole chapter, Nadu Nilamai, chapter 12 in Illaravial. Many people may think that justice has to be only when I occupy an office, when I occupy a chair of justice. No, justice has to be taught from the home. Nadu Nilavingra Adhigaram Inga Vachirkarna, he keeps in Illaravial, 12th chapter. It has to be start from home. Home is nothing but a training ground. Someone say the Sirdukum Kolbol, Amain the Koda, Urubal Kodamai Sandroad Kani. The Sandroad is the word, there's no equal noble person we can say in English, but Sandroad is much more than that. The whole chapter 99, Sandranmai, talks about who is the Sandroad. All these qualities you need to have as inborn qualities. Yes, men can be trained, men can be educated, men can be taught, men can be, how it can be taught? Only when a person teaching walks on the path of whatever he talks. So we have seen that what needs to be done is, the way forward is diffusion of culture and the education of humanity for justice and liberty and peace are indispensable to the dignity of man. And it also says, mere political and economic arrangements of governments cannot help. Constitution is beautifully drafted. The preamble itself, one can match with each and every Kural of Thirukkural. Every keyword in preamble can be matched with the Thirukkural. And he says, ultimately they come to a conclusion that since wars begin in the minds of men, இலைதாக இருக்க முள்மரம் கொள்க கலைகன்னு சொல்லுவார் வள்ளுவர். இந்த சின்னதா இருக்கும் போதே பொடிச்சு பிடிங்கி போட்டிருப்பார். Where it starts, where it sprouts, it's in the mind. That's why UNESCO Constitution says that since wars begin in the minds of men, it is in the minds of men that the defense of peace must be constructed. We all talk to political science students who know about Plato. And Plato, what kind of king he envisaged? And Thirukkural envisages that kind of king, the just king. Imagine a period when Thirukkural lived and what kind of advice he gives to the king. Sevikaipa Sorpurukku Vendan. A king may have to listen unpalatable things. And if you listen to unpalatable things, which will ultimately yield good results, you need to listen to them. Thiruvallur calls the king and tells him, this is what you need to do that. So Thiruvallur says how to conduct a just rule and how not to behave as a king. So all these things, this, you will see that, you can take one side Thirukkural, the other side the preamble, and the purpose of UNESCO is exactly matching. So what they are going to do, the purpose and function of UNESCO, they say the purpose of organizations is to contribute to peace and security by promoting collaboration among the nations through education, science, culture, in order to further universal respect for justice, for the rule of law, and for the human rights. When it comes to the science, Thiruvallur talks about science. Thiruvallur talks about scientific temper. Thiruvallur encourages the questioning attitude. It's not that I say this, you follow this, otherwise you will go to hell. Thiruvallur, in the whole 1,330 couplets, except in one couplet, make wealth, create wealth. He never commanded people, you must do this, you must do that. He simply says, if you do this, this will happen. If you don't do this, this will happen. He only tells the consequences, and these are nothing but eternal truth. And the eternal truth has been given in a form of capsule, and it's a wholesome, well, you call it as a wholesome meal, or you take it as each piece is very important. That is where we talk about the gentleman who lived 2,000 years back. And many people say that, Thiruvallur were collected from various places. Yes, there were people before him. He might have acquired, a lot of knowledge. And he himself says, he is also, he says, Paguthundu Palluyir Ombudal, Nulor Togutta Uttul Ellam Talai. There were literature before him. If Thirukkural is 2,000 years old, and imagine the kind of culture prior to that. Paguthundu Palluyir Ombudal. The biodiversity is talked about in this Quran. Palluyir Ombudal. He doesn't talk about only the human beings. A friend, Dr. Enrique Ashraf will always often very quote this particular Quran and say that biodiversity is here. Palluyir Ombudal. He is a great international animal rescue and relief rehabilitation expert, Dr. Enrique Ashraf. So the point here is, Thiruvallur is not very dogmatic. He doesn't advocate any particular religion. And people cannot fathom he is from which religion or whatsoever. What is his background? People try to find out the depth of an ocean. You can find out the depth of an ocean with a scientific instrument, but you can't find out what is the origin of Thiruvallur. It's good that we don't know his real origin. He is from Tamil Nadu, and he must have belonged to one of this faith in which prevalent in this part of country. The whole work was in Tamil, and the knowledge he has gained was from various texts, and what he has given is not piecing together various texts. He has given a wholesome meal. He has woven a nice fabric. It's not a piecework. It's a beautiful work of an art which can be adopted and lived. He is not very theorist. So when I said, the scientific temper, I'll come to that. He says, Eppurul yar yar vai ketpirum, appurul meipurul kanpadari. Just because Thiruvallur says don't follow, just because I say don't follow, you question, you try experiment, and then you adapt. But I consider personally nothing to be questioned in Thirukkural. Somewhere you have to stop. And whatever he said is nothing but an ageless, pristine wisdom. That wisdom need to be imbibed. Once that wisdom is imbibed, you lead a very, 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 very peaceful life. I'm 63 years old. I always used to say that my blood pressure is 80/120. Always try to maintain the balance. As a human being, we all pull from various pressure from various quarters, various problems will be there. There are only two persons who have no problem. One is not born, one is dead. The other one is dead. All others we have problem. All others we have to face the life. All others will have to go through the road. There will be ups and downs in life. Who is not having ups and downs in life? Don't worry. Thiruvallur says, move on. This too will pass on. Keep a balanced mind. So the mind is once balanced, I'm telling you, the people around you will be very happy. Once around you will be happy, this is like a chain reaction. You will trigger the chain reaction. It goes throughout the world. Whereas a positive or negative, it's a chain reaction. Here is a positive chain reaction, positive chain reactor, and it goes, is much more powerful than the nuclear reactor. I'll come to that, how it is much more powerful than a nuclear reactor. All of us know Mahatma Gandhi ji, the man, an ordinary human being, that become an extraordinary human being. As a lawyer, he was not a successful lawyer, successful practicing lawyer in the court. His experiments with the truth, he shares what happened in his first case, small causes court. After doing barrister at bar at law in London, he comes back and starts his first case in small causes court in Mumbai. He charges 30 rupees or whatsoever, and he couldn't argue the case. He was not, even that, how to get a brief itself is a big task, and he was not used to all this kind of things. And when you could not argue, when he didn't have the confidence, had I been Mahatma Gandhi's place, I said, I would have told my client, I'll come tomorrow and argue the case. I'll take an adjournment and go. But Mahatma Gandhi, he listened to his inner voice. He listened to his inner voice. He called his client and told him, I will not be able to argue this case. Please engage a better lawyer and then conduct your case. He returned the money and left the court. But he was good in drafting, and of course he made a decent sum when he went back after some time to Rajkot. He made a decent sum, and from there he went to South Africa to sort out a case. There also he was only trying to the messenger of peace. He will discourage people fighting out in the court. He will always try through conciliation. If conciliation is not working, see, he's trying to build peace in the family. The people are fighting within the family how to go about the wealth or whatever is there, and he tried to conciliate, and then if they're not there, then go to court and then they sort out the issue. So Mahatma Gandhi ji and Thirukkural intricately connected. What I'm trying to say is, Thirukkural is not a mere piece of literature. For the sake of pleasure, we should not read Thirukkural. Yes, we should, for the pleasure of Thirukkural. If somebody in the mother tongue, if can read Thirukkural in Tamil, I'm telling you it's a pleasure. The wordplay, the meaning, the in-depth meaning. My friend Balakrishnan would say, those who can read Tamil and understand Thirukkural in Tamil, they are really blessed people. And if you read in any language, I'm telling you, you will lead a very, very honorable life. But those who can read in Tamil, understand in Tamil, சொல்லுவாங்களே அந்த சொல் பொருளை உணர்த்த வேண்டும், பொருள் உணர்வாக மாற வேண்டும். It needs to create a feeling within you. Otherwise, mere empty talk is of no use. You need to feel it. You need to feel the meaning, and you need to live the meaning. It's much more possible only in mother tongue. At this point, I must say that our beloved Dr. Armum Parasuraman, I understand he gave a lot of importance to mother tongue when he was education minister in Mauritius. A friend of mine who is in foreign service, he told me that he commands a lot of respect among various communities. Perhaps he may be the reason behind the Thirukkural coming in Creole language. So he is the one who gave a lot of importance to mother tongue. Everyone must appreciate. Your mother may be a rich lady or may not be a rich lady. It may be blessed with a lot of rich literature, may not have rich past. Whatever may be the plus and minus of my mother, how can I ignore loving my mother? So we may be spoken for 1 lakh people, 100,000 people, or 200,000 people. Doesn't matter. A language is a language. The moment a language is gone from the face of the earth, then the culture is gone from the face of the earth. The wisdom of the community is lost from the face of the earth. The wisdom needs to be transmitted to the next level. That is possible only through mother tongue. If Thirukkural can be studied in mother tongue, learned in mother tongue, and understood in mother tongue, and imbibed. Imbibing is very, very, very easy. The moment you imbibe, then you are a Superman. Bharadiyar would say, எல்லோரும் இந்நாட்டு மன்னர், எல்லோரும் ஓர் இனம், எல்லோரும் ஓர் குலம், எல்லோரும் ஓர் நிறை. Everyone is equal. It's not an empty word. எல்லோரும் இந்நாட்டு மன்னர். In a republic, in a democratic republic, everyone is a king. So whatever Thirukkural said about king is also applicable to individual. It's meant for a king, it's meant for leader, it's meant for somebody else. No, it's meant for a CEO of the family. Everyone is a CEO of the family. Whether it's a lady or whether it's a gent, yeah, a leader of the family. So if only we understand the true meaning of Thirukkural and practice it, I'm telling you, there will be peace prevail on earth. Peace prevail in mind, peace prevail around us, peace prevail on earth. This is what the task of UNESCO. I'm telling you, Thirukkural must be translated into 200 languages or 250 languages. That's my dream. Like, Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. And we all have a dream. Each one of us have a dream. And what is the dream? Thirukkural need to get the place due for it. We are not asking for the moon. What we are asking is, what we are demanding, the government of Tamil Nadu, government of India, and the community all over the world is try to translate in various languages, even if 1 lakh people speak the particular language. In fact, a Danish language, Rajendiran Nagalingam, a man from Sri Lanka, settled in Denmark, he is on the job. His team is on the job, and there may be other friends also here. So he is on the job. It is ready, and we were discussing quite a lot on various Thirukkurals. What is the real meaning of it? So all of us have a dream. Thirukkural must be the most translated non-religious work in the whole planet. Why? We have a vested interest of sustainable development of Mother Earth. Today we are mapping with the Preamble and the Constitution of UNESCO and the core theme of UNESCO. And we need, over a period of time, the sustainable development goal of UNESCO is nothing but the Gandhiji's dream of development of economy. And that is what Thirukkural said. Each person lives for the other person. Each person makes money for living, take care of himself and take care of others. Vallur would say, Thalatti thanda porul ellam. The ellam is underlined. We cannot give ellam, but Thirukkural says ellam. Thalatti thanda porul ellam takkarku velanmai seidal poruttu. To help the needy, to help the downtrodden. All of us cannot run at the same speed. Who can run a better speed? Please stop for a moment and take care of your brother also who is coming behind you. Thirukkural says, take care of. Ege is a ithokkum enbam ariyarkol. Many places Thirukkural will ask question and he will not reply. And this is one question. Don't you know the pleasure of giving? And you keep all your wealth and die without giving to anybody, without sharing with the society? Part with your society. Of course, he says, you take care of yourself. The Tenpulathar Deivam Virundu Vokkal Than Endru. First, you have to take care of ourselves. But to what extent take care of yourself? Each one of us need to ask question. So here, as I said, I have a dream, and all of us have a dream. It's not any religious text. Religious people are there. They all work with the missionary zeal. And do you have that kind of zeal? Thirukkural volunteers and Thirukkural people. All over the world we have people. There are 8 crore plus, Tamil speaking people or Tamil origin all over the world. And we have roots everywhere. And what we need to do? We need to make efforts to find out whether Thirukkural is available in the particular language. If it's not there at the individual level, I'm telling you, many of the translation has taken place not because of the institutions. Institutions do this work, but more than people all over the world, they've taken up Thirukkural, translated into the local language. Like, Garo translation I was mentioning about, a man from Thiruvunnamalai is an individual effort. Many translations are individual effort. in many languages, more than one translation is available. There was time, you may be knowing, I think Tepo Meenakshi Sundaram, when he visited, Russia, the driver was knowing about Thirukkural actually. In the Russian language, it came much before. So all of us will try to make an attempt to take Thirukkural to the next level by coming together. 1 + 1 is 2, but 1 by the side of 1. The plus is the one which is the ego. The plus is the one which is suspicion. Plus is the one which is the mistrust. If 1 + 1 is 2, 1 by the side of 1 is 11. So if we all come together, nothing is impossible. So we need to aim Thirukkural in our lifetime. I'm 65. I don't know what is the number of pages God has given for me, but I want to see in my own lifetime that Thirukkural is translated in the highest number of languages in the world. Number one. Number two, and it's possible, it's doable. Number two, having translated, it need to be spread in the schools. That is where the UNESCO will come and play. The moment UNESCO says that this is a book which is in inheritance, invaluable inheritance with the mankind, if the stamp of approval is there from UNESCO, then it goes to the next higher plan. And the job becomes much easier. Our efforts become much more. We get a lot of push out of UNESCO, and then it spreads the world. The world lives in a peaceful place, and it's a better place to live. So the sustainable in the conferences to come in the future, in this series, we need to call speakers who are experts in various fields. Especially, we need to try to map it, each goal of sustainability. We need not map with all the, I think around 20 goals are there. We need not match with each and every one, wherever we can match, wherever we can do a perfect match. And that talk should be revolve around that. Then we'll say that this is an operating manual which need to be adopted, which needs to be translated, which need to be transmitted to the mother tongue. Today, the head of UNESCO was very clearly mentioned. If around 40% of the people have no access to technology and no access to teaching in their education in their mother tongue, how do we build a world which is based on peace? So 40% of the people have no access to education in their mother tongue. Imagine if Thirukkural is available to them in their mother tongue. Imagine their joy. Because Thirukkural, though it is written in Tamil Nadu, it is written in Tamil. There is a website called Tamil Concordance. I think Professor Prabhakaran, I remember. There is a Tamil Concordance website where you go and find out in any literature, if you do a Tamil word search, you will find out where all the particular word is figuring. Today, I tried to find out the word world. The word relating to world is appearing in 53 places in Thirukkural. So, though he has written in Tamil, though there's no mention about a king in Tamil Nadu, there's no mention about any poet in Tamil Nadu, there's no mention about his own name in Thirukkural. So, he has written in 53 places, Ulagu, Ulagattar, Ulagam, Ulahiyal, like these words, 53 words are there. Ulagam alone is there in 13 places. Ulagu is there in 30 places. So, Thirukkural is the man who dreamt about a peaceful planet. And the peace can be achieved only by each one of us coming together and start living according to the tenets of Thirukkural. It doesn't say that, if you lead a life and you will get it talks about Marumai, and people may have faith in that or may not have faith in that. But whether you lead a decent life in Marumai or not, that is the next birth or after death, he says you lead a very comfortable life on this planet. So the world has got so much for all of us, and I just want to conclude my thing by saying Mahatma Gandhi ji. We mentioned about Mahatma Gandhi ji some point of time, and we as a Tamil community need to be very proud of We were the people behind Mahatma Gandhi, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, and Swami Vivekananda. These three great personalities, Tamilians were there behind them, and they gave their life. Instant support to all the three big leaders. And as you know, Gandhiji was shaped by Tamilians and Tamilians' cause in South Africa. Balasundaram or Vincent. Vincent's mother tongue is Tamil, and Balasundaram was the first client there. And Gandhiji tried to learn Tamil, and most of you will be knowing G.U. Pope has translated the entire Thirukkural in English in 1861. But prior to G.U. Pope, Veerama Munivar, Beschi, Father Beschi translated into Italian language. That was in 1730. And this was available. And Gandhiji wanted to read Thirukkural in Tamil. He tried to learn Tamil. So G.U. Pope has written a book, Tamil Ilakkanam, Tamil Karpadi Eppadi. Thirukkural English la pandikaru. Thiruvasakam written in English, translated in English, but he also written a book which was published by Nadesa Iyer of Triplicane. Tamil Karpadi Eppadi, G.U. Pope, Tamil. That was basically meant for Christian missionaries and administrators. But Gandhiji bought that book, and then the book on the top it is written, Karke Karke Kasadaram. The more and more you learn, there will be clarity in your mind. There will be a clarity of your thought. This book, Gandhi recommends to his son. Then when you go to Chennai next time, buy a latest edition of the book. Gandhiji very well know about the value of money. He doesn't want to spend the money on the old edition. He says, get the latest edition and get it from Nadesa Iyer and company. And on the book, this was written, and this couplet he is quoted many times. So Gandhiji, first interaction with the Thirukkural might have happened in South Africa, where our South African friends should be in a position to tell. So far, in his collected works of Mahatma Gandhi, there's no reference of Thirukkural. I also scanned through Indian opinion, all the soft copies. I couldn't find out the Thirukkural related article by Mahatma Gandhiji, but he can read Tamil, he can write Tamil, he can understand Tamil. To that extent, Mahatma Gandhiji was, had a basic knowledge of Tamil. And he says, it's a really very, very important quote. It is there and collected, it has been quoted in many places. I quote with the authority, and it is there in the collected works of Mahatma Gandhi. One Mr. Kannan, who is also Thirukkural expert and Gandhi expert, who left the software industry and working in, he's having a farm in a small farm in Pollachi, and he has prepared a paper on Mahatma Gandhiji and Thiruvallur. There are 14 citations he has quoted in this, and he says, this many of you would have heard earlier. He says, you very rightly draw my attention. There is a complaint about Mahatma Gandhiji not giving importance to mother tongue. So the reporter asked a question, and that was in Tuticorin 1927. Well, at speaking a meeting in Tuticorin, he refuted an allegation that he was not giving much importance to Tamil. As per the news published in the Hindu, he said, Hindu it appeared. He said, you very rightly draw my attention to the treasures that are to be found in Thirukkural. Let me inform you that some 20 years ago, I began to learn Tamil with the desire and object of studying Thirukkural in original. You want to go to the original. It has been a matter of deep sorrow to me that God never gave me time to finish studying the Tamil language. I'm entirely, this is very important, I'm entirely in favor of the agitation for making the vernaculars as medium of instruction. We ought to learn the Tamil language and prefer it to English. Today we talk in English, what to do? And today we want to reach out to the other audience. Tamil language and prefer it to English and place it above all other languages. So Gandhiji knows the importance of mother tongue and especially Tamil. So, and he gives a great commendation to G.U. Pope. When G.U. Pope passed away, he writes obituary. He doesn't quote Thirukkural. There are two obituaries. One appeared in Time magazine, and other one he wrote in Indian opinion in March 1908. He wrote an obituary, and he says, this is what I quote about G.U. Pope, what he said. There have been a few Englishmen for whom the people of Madras should bear greater reverence and deeper respect than Dr. Pope. His example is a shining light to the educated classes of Madras, leading them along the path of investigation and explanation so that the world may know, very important, the world may know something of that great past which only recently was sunk in oblivion, that the treasures of literature, philology, philosophy, and theology may be brought to light, and that the people may receive some indication of their line of growth for the future. Line of growth for future. So we can keep on talking, for hours together, but considering the time, I've stopped at this particular point of time, and I just want to conclude by saying that two principles guided Mahatma Gandhi, and these two principles found place later in Leo Tolstoy letter. His correspondence with the Leo Tolstoy started after seeing 6 Thirukkurals in Leo Tolstoy's letter to a Hindu. And there, from Inna Seyyamai, he quotes 6 couplets, and all the 6 couplets Gandhiji felt dear to his belief and thought and faith. Because Gandhiji said, when he was very young, he writes in My Experiments with the Truth, the 2 principles guided me from childhood. He says, the truth and returning of good for evil. Returning eye for an eye, everyone will be blind in this world. But Mahatma Gandhiji, 2 principles guided him, truth and returning good for evil. Valluvar would say in one of the couplet, Inna Saidarkum, Iniyave Sayyakal, Yenna Payatado Salbu. Of what use of your nobility if you are not doing good, if you are not returning good to a person who has done harm to you? Imagine a person does harm to us and we need to return good to him. Gandhiji practiced this. That's why millions and millions of the people, unquestionably, they were behind Mahatma Gandhiji, and Tamilians were number 1 being behind Gandhiji. In Sabarmati Ashram, the number of people, the single largest community was Tamil community. If I remember the number, there were 28 and less than 30 in Sabarmati Ashram when he came from South Africa and set up an ashram in Sabarmati, that is in Ahmedabad today. There are, if you remember correct, Ramchandra Guha quotes in his book, I think 8 Tamils from India, that is from Tamil Nadu, and 5 from South Africa. 13 Tamil speaking people were with them. That's the single largest number. So this community, whether it's a Sangam literature, with Thirukkural, or you take down the line, various literature talks about 3-letter word, Aram, Aram, Aram. Aram, Arathupal Aram, Urutpal Aram, Kamathupal Aram. Everywhere the righteousness. The 3-letter word is very, very important. It's not an empty word. This word will produce a lot of energy to the people. So it has produced energy to Mahatma Gandhiji. He made 21 visits to Tamil Nadu in his lifetime. And Tamil people were very close to him. And he knows the glorious past of these people. And he always exhorted the people that you can do this, you can do that. So, and he finally I'll complete this with this quote. This is also from collected works of Mahatma Gandhiji. I believe myself to be saturated with the ahimsa, that is non-violence, ahimsa and truth. 2 things, ahimsa and truth. There is a chapter, 2 chapters on, 1 chapter is on Inna Seyyamai. Inna Seyyamai by mind, words and action. Inna Seyyamai, ahimsa and truth. He says, I believe myself to be saturated with the ahimsa, non-violence. This ahimsa and truth are my 2 lungs. Imagine the lungs. He equates ahimsa and non-violence to lungs. I cannot be without them. Can a person live without lungs? He says, I cannot live without ahimsa and truth. But I see every moment with more and more clearness the strength, the power of ahimsa and the littleness of man. So if the man need to grow in stature, ahimsa and truth. And Valluvar declares in couplet number 300, I have not seen any other big aram than Vaimai. Yam meiya kandavuttul illai enaithondrum Vaimayin nalla pira. Of all the virtues I have seen, one virtue which I put it on the top According to me, he says, according to me, one virtue, there is nothing but truth. And Gandhiji said, truth is God and God is truth. So I'm telling you, Thirukkural, study of Thirukkural and internalizing Thirukkural will bring peace to the individual, peace to the family, peace to the society, and peace in the world. And we all will live and we'll live and leave a better planet. So thank you very much. I take this opportunity to thank Tamil Studies UK, Dr. Arvum Parasuraman, International Thirukkural Foundation, Tamil Valarchi Mandam, Australia, Chandrika Madam, and Pasardi of all the person. He's a youngster, fired by Uday Murthy, and Uday Murthy works, through him. And I'm telling you, I'm really blessed to be in the company of these great people. Thank you so much, and God bless us all. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Rajendran. I think you've delivered a very, very inspiring, address, which linked very beautifully with between Kural and UNESCO and world peace. I think you've done a wonderful exercise in presenting that, and we thank you very much. And I'm sure Parata will be sharing the recording with all of you. And I think it may be good for us to try to do a transcript also, so we can get a written document. I understand Dr. Chandika is doing it for the first session, right? So it's good to keep all these conference document, and then we can publish it when we go to UNESCO. We can release those publications, keep the video also recording, and so that we can have an archives of all these wealth to share with those who are interested in future generation. So Mr. Rajan, you really excel in this presentation, and I must commend you. Now you're more knowledgeable about UNESCO than myself. And I must also tell you that looking at the people who are present today, those who have come to join this conference, I recognize my good friend Dr. Vinayagam Chinappa, who was a senior officer at UNESCO, Paris, and now at the University of Stockholm in Sweden. And he's done a lot of work, especially with regard to sustainable development goals. And I'm not only saying that to please him, but I'm saying that to give him a task. Vina, you have to prepare something on UNESCO and Thirukkural with reference to SDGs. I'm sure you're good at that, you can do it, right? We'll give you time. You can unmute if you want. We'll give you time because we have a series now. Every month we'll have one conference. This is conference 2. Next will be in March, conference 3. And I hope Mr. Siva Pillai is with us. I could see you on screen, but not on the video.
Yeah, hello? I can see you. Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, Mr. Siva Pillai, I'm announcing the third conference, which will be run by UK, Tamil Studies UK.
Correct.
Right, so yeah. you will have to check the dates. We'll try to plan it in advance, indicating the date so people can book that, the date for the forthcoming conferences. So March, you would like to say something before?
Yes, thank you for inviting me. Yes, we will have it on the name of Tamil Studies UK at the SOAS University of London, where we are planning to open the Tamil Studies department as soon as possible. Almost we raised some money. We need to raise some more money. Once it will reach the target, then we're sure there will be a department will open, in which you can see a very famous place which Dr. Parasuraman knows very well. And there is a beautiful Valdur Silai at the entrance. He welcomes you all to the University of London. So that's a beautiful landmark where we are planning to open the Tamil Studies department at the SOAS University. Please do all welcome. If a situation improved, we can have the conference inside the building. If the coronavirus is over, we can get it. Otherwise, we have to go on Zoom. That's the best option we have at the moment. At present, we'll have it in Zoom option. Failing that, we'll have it in the building. All depends how coronavirus direct us or coronavirus take us at the present situation. Thank you, Mr. Parasuraman. Dr. Parasuraman. I will take the responsibility to arrange a conference at London.
If I may, I
Sure.
think I will invite Veena, Dr. Vinayagam Chinappa to say a few words. He's my compatriot also, but now he is settled in Sweden.
All right.
Veena,
Okay.
would you like to say
Yeah.
2 words?
Just thank you very much, Dr. Parasuraman. I have been very impressed by Dr. Rajendran in his presentation, which clearly shows the way how much we need the Thirukkural in various ways. But being, as you mentioned, that a compatriot from Mauritius who left the country for 47 years ago and learned many languages, but not actually the mother tongue. The Tamil, I don't know. I know very little of it, but we have a history to explain about it, why. But just as Mr. Parasuraman mentioned about the SDGs, the role of UNESCO, and what we can do, I think it's a very important framework to use. In the future, the SDGs is a very good framework to be used. And we have, as you mentioned, sir, in your presentation, the importance of IT, the new technology. All languages can be, I mean, everything can be translated in any language today in few hours.
Yeah.
If you do have a powerful network of the Tamil community all around the world, you will get it translated in all languages through the Tamil community. They speak Arabic, they speak Chinese, they speak any language.
Yeah.
So that's number one. I'm telling you to reaching out. Our biggest challenge today is to reach out, all and everybody. Like SDG said, inclusively. We cannot leave anybody out. But then the focus, is it on translating in many languages? It is in the philosophy behind it, that we want to live in a better world. COVID-19 has taught us so many lessons, sir. There are no barriers. We are all the same, wherever we are, who we are, how much we have not. We are just one. So use this, and I just wrote to Dr. Parasuraman mentioning him that to bring it to UNESCO. I have worked in UNESCO 17 years myself.
Wow.
Bring it to UNESCO and get the government of India, supported by the government of Tamil Nadu, bring it to UNESCO and try to integrate it in the program of UNESCO first. Then you reach out to everybody. So simple it is. Get the authority in India to bring it to UNESCO. That's what I can say. As a former UNESCO, we know that everything goes through the government.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Veena. In fact, Veena said it again. And for your information, Veena, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of India is in Mauritius from today till 24th. Mr. Rajendran has done a wonderful piece of work.
Yeah.
I am finalizing the letter and I will submit the letter to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. In fact, requesting for central government of India, as you rightly said, when you deal with UNESCO, you need to get the government concerned.
Precisely.
Mauritius cannot do it.
No.
We can support it, but India has to take the lead. And therefore, we will use this channel and move towards this so that state government of Tamil Nadu, I must say, is already committed to it. They have set up a high-level committee with the Minister of Tamil Development as the chair. I am also a member of that committee with some 9 other persons. So that state government is doing its best. Now, if we connect with central government, they take the lead together. We'll do a beautiful work, and our journey to reach UNESCO will be more smooth. And we can hope to do it once France is free of COVID. So that's the planning. You know, we are leaving it open. If we can do it this year, we'll do it. Otherwise, most probably next year, when we can really plan a grand ceremony where we hope to, we will have that conference, but also what we are praying to do, Vina, is to install a bust of Valluvar at UNESCO.
Yeah.
That let it be there, with all that it represents, with all Thirukkural, let it be there to serve the world. That is one. And we are planning also some sort of a UNESCO prize associated with Thirukkural, right? This is a suggestion by Mr. Rajendiran. So all these are things that we are going to work on, right, as we move on. And I am very happy I especially invited Vina Chinapa to join us today. And you see, Mr. Rajendiran, it was not just for pleasure. It was meant to get him to join us and to give back to the Tamil community. He has a long-standing wish to visit Tanjore, which is his roots from Tamil Nadu. So all that will bring him together. Now you are on board, Vina. You'll be part of the team together with all the others.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Let me also say that to all of those of you who have taken time on a Sunday to be with us, we must thank you very much because for your time, but also for your contribution. I must thank once again Dr. Chandrika Subramaniam, who has been a lead person, the person behind a number of things, and she's a great example of selfless service in promoting Thirukkural. I would also like to mention Partha Sarathi, our young member of the team, who is a great genius in technology, right? And he has done a number of things. He will give the vote of thanks, but I've asked him specifically. I know he has already shared the link to his applications on Kural. I use that regularly. When I need to give a quote in a speech on a particular subject, I just go to the apps on my phone, put the main word, and I get the quote. So I would look very brilliant, in my presentation just because of his app, because the application gave me the right verse at the right time and to convey the right message. So Partha, thank you very much for this. I know you are doing more than that, but I would like you to say, to mention briefly what you do, but then be prepared to give a conference on technology and Thirukkural in the near future, right? We will have the small committee will discuss about the planning for the year. For next year, for next month, we have UK, Tamil Studies UK. Now, Mr. Pillai will send us more information within a week time so we can plan it. And then we'll plan for the next session. We have also many distinguished participants present today. Feel free to propose topics that you'd like cover, but we want to focus on the main theme, which is Thirukkural and UNESCO for world peace. So now each one of you can find an angle there, do research, and bring a paper. Normally your presentation will be 45 minutes. We'll have some question and answer so that the whole session will take 1.5 hours. I get the impression that a Sunday evening, afternoon seems to be better for all of us. So we can try to do that once a month. I hope I've summed up a bit the few things that we need to bear in mind for the follow-up, right? And before we ask Partha Sarathi to give the vote of thanks, would anybody else like to say a few words? Just a brief comments or questions that we can then conclude with Partha Sarathi. No? If nobody wants to take the floor now, but feel free and give us express your interest to be a speaker in future conferences, right? Give us your title and we'll plan it accordingly so that we can have a series of conferences every month once. So that will help us. I think we'll put a milestone. Each one will be a milestone, a stone, so we can build the edifice to take us to UNESCO. We'll be in an Eiffel Tower. From Chennai, we go to Paris. Okay, Mr. Rajan.
Somebody wants to say something.
I'm asking.
Dr. Kavide,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Dr.
Yes.
Kavi.
I'm very thankful to you for conducting such type of great meeting. and I also support you to put Thirukkural in the UNESCO. I want to say a good news to you that we are Panduti Sendamil Sangam is conducting 24 hours Thirukkural thesis reading today as Mother Tongue Day. 133 thesis and 133 chapters and 133 Tamil scholars in Zoom. Our great London Shiva Pillai was also attended this meeting. It is a world record we are creating today. And also I want to say Dr. Sandosham, VGP Sandosham in Tamil Nadu is ready to give Valur statue in anywhere in the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. This is very good. You could share the link with us so that we can also take advantage of that. And I know Mr. VGP Sandosam, who is doing a great work promoting Thirukkural globally. We would like to thank him also for that. So probably now will anybody else would like to say? If not, then Partha Sarati.
Vanakkam. Today is International Mother Tongue Day, and அனைவருக்கும் தாய்மொழி நாள் வாழ்த்துக்கள். Today, I'm very honored to be part of this great event. This is the second International Thirukkural Conference, and Thirukkural and UNESCO for World Peace. This has been our dream for everyone, I guess. So we have been working in various corners to make this Tamil literature and especially the Kural to be the the helping the world in various ways, not only just the peace, but of course we have to start with that. That's a need of an hour. That definitely, as Dr. Armugam Parasuraman sir is leading this great initiative, and he's the right person to be representing this in the global level. And of course, so the person who dedicated his entire life, and he has been thinking throughout the day about the Kural and Thiruvallur, and so he is, our Thirurajendran IRS is fully focused on getting things connected from globally. And I know if I have been working on this Kural for more than 12 years, making this as a Google ready. So when you search anybody is in Google, you search Thirukkural. My goal was to have this as a first link with all the details. It should be in audio, video, Marayodal, it's chanting, and artwork for all the Kurals, and the great search facility. So being a technologist, so I've been focusing on this, and we are able to achieve it today. And if you look at Google, so you'll be seeing it in the first, nearly last year, 2020, we looked into the URL and analytics, Google Analytics, and we found that 1.9 million people used Thirukkural in Valai Tamil by searching Google. So it's a great demand, and people are looking for it. And only thing is we just have to, start focusing and then serving beyond Tamil community. It's not just for Tamil community. It's not just for Tamil community. We'll be focusing on that, and we have been doing so many programs, and we're working closely with Thirurajendran sir for making various initiatives and planning, and along with the International Thirukkural Conference, the foundation. So as this today, the Dr. Chandrika Madam is taking major role in coordinating and working closely with the international community to make this great event very successful. And so we all work together to take this Kural for the human community. It's not just for Tamils, and we enjoy. We know we have to go a long way within our community to enjoy this. The treasure of Thirukkural, and we are doing it. We will keep doing it, and we have to take it to the world. That's purpose of this entire mission. And when I met Dr. Armugam Parsuram, it's all, the purpose of the one purpose that we are all going to work on with that. So I'm very honored to be part of this team, and I would thank everybody who has been Mr. Shivapillai, Mr. Vinayak, who has been a very inspiration. I was thinking that, how Dr. Parshuraman sir, is going to take it to the UNESCO with his influence. I know he has a big plan and he has a roadmap clearly how easily it can be achieved. And so we have to work together with the Tamil Nadu government and Indian government, and not only here, and we may have to have support from Malaysia, the Singapore and other countries, Sri Lanka and other countries who have been having official language of Tamil, and who can also give us supporting documents. So we can definitely achieve this. And on this as a great day, we will take this, promise.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dr. Rajendran sir, Dr. Armugam Parasuraman sir, and Dr. Chandrika madam, and all the speakers, all who shared their views in this great forum. And we will be sharing this video, and we have been collecting this video under the link that have been shared. Thank you very much. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Allow me to say two more words. One is, thank you very much, Partha Sarathi, for this wonderful work. I just want to also say that we've agreed with Partha Sarathi, having all the technology at his disposal, and with a team there, you've agreed, if I'm right, you've agreed to conduct the monthly conferences using your technology there. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Partha?
Our team is there. Yes, our team is there. Yeah.
Very good. Mr. Shivapillai, because you managed to give a broader coverage and sharing it on various other channels. So that and we also, you can encourage others. I think Dr. Chandrika also can connect and share it. Yes. We can share it. So let's use all the channels available so that the conference is widely shared. And also, Mr. Shivapillai, so therefore, Partha Sarathi will be in touch with you to prepare and to give you the guidance so that we can prepare the standard invitation also, right? After getting the details from you. So that will be a great help, Partha Sarathi. Thank you very much for that. And sure, I would also encourage that when we send out the next invitation, we can send a separate email or put a list of all those links in the letter of invitation, so that all the links that you mentioned, or you can refer them to your website, they can get access to all this documentation. That, I think, is another way where each one of us can share as much as we want, as we can, so that the wider community can get access to those very valuable resources. And I have in front of me before a very interesting, I got a friend from Mauritius who shared with me on WhatsApp a very powerful, very good message. The state of Washington had a proclamation. It's the state of Washington in Canada, where they said that there are 9,000 Tamilians. It's a proclamation by the governor saying that we have 9,000 Tamilians residing within Washington state, and their celebration of their heritage would support the recognition of the unique native tradition. And then it concludes, I'll share it with you, but it concludes by saying, now therefore, I, Jai Inslee, Governor of the state of Washington, do hereby proclaim March 9, 2021 as Tamil Heritage Day. That's a great achievement. And I mean, we should take note of it, and we'll certainly share information about that. That's one of the other good news we have. And I'm sure with SOAS now moving towards revitalizing or relaunching the Tamil chair in London, University of London, that will be also another great promotion of the Tamil language, but also of Thirukkural. Well, with these words, I think we've reached the end of the webinar. And so I would like to thank all those of you who have been with us during that, during the whole conference. Thank you. But feel free, as we said, you may not have taken the floor today, but send us your messages, your interest to conduct one of the conferences in the forthcoming session, right? So that we can plan it in advance. And we're also looking out for other personalities to address. I may request Dr. Chandrika to try to contact our friend, the Member of Parliament.
Yes.
Dr. Yu,
Yeah.
you know, so he would, and all he is a great lover of Kural, so we might get him to be one of the speaker in future.
Yes, we'll do, organize that.
Right, that would be great.
Yeah.
So with these few words, let me conclude unless anybody else would like to say one last word.
Yeah, just one
Yes,
thing, sir, after the SOS, yes, similar to SOS, we can give an opportunity for Harvard team to have one event, and then the Toronto Tamil Chair have another event like that. So they have been very focusing on creating the Tamil chairs and research. So they'll be happy to associate with us.
Wonderful. We are open. We are open. So submit the proposal to the. Submit the proposal. We'll examine all of that and we'll plan accordingly. You know, if we have many, then we might have it fortnightly, right? But let's see first what are the topics of interest we are getting. But as I said, within the umbrella of the UNESCO, Thirukkural, UNESCO and World Peace theme, we can fit that, right? Is that okay?
Yes.
So thank you very much. Mikka Nandri, and have a good evening, or I don't know what, depending on the time you are and time zone. But we are very happy to have all of you with us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.